All right, here's the deal. Precision is the foundation of effective acupuncture. When you stop guessing and start diagnosing with accuracy, everything changes. Better patient outcomes, more confidence in your treatments, and a thriving practice. In this training, we're going to dive into the art and science of accurate electroacupuncture diagnostics. Here's what you're going to learn. How to pinpoint voltage deficiencies using advanced diagnostic tools designed to eliminate guesswork. 2 powerful treatment methods, non-invasive stimulation with gold ear seeds and needle-based electrical stimulation for deeper impact. Why precision matters and how tools like the Pointo Select can take your practice to the next level. I'm Dr. Jeremy, and my mission is to help acupuncturists like you achieve extraordinary results with cutting-edge electroacupuncture techniques. If you haven't already subscribed, now's the time to hit that button so you don't miss any future trainings. Plus, I've included a free downloadable guide packed with all the key takeaways and actionable tips from today's session. Don't forget to grab it. Ready to revolutionize your practice with pinpoint accuracy? Let's get started.
I use this device here. That's for stimulation, but let's see. EAI Special Edition Pointo Select. Okay, there we go. So I don't know if everybody's using this, but this is what I use for ear points. You can use it for measuring deficiencies in body points as well. But I personally like it on the ear, so I use this on the ear. Why is this better than a normal point finder? Well, that's because I can't really see it, but this is a bipolar point finder. What's that mean? It means it's got this center metal rod, which creates a very small surface area, and then wrapped around it is a metal ring on a separate wire. And the whole thing I just spoke about is on a spring loaded. So it measures the voltage difference, or it actually measures electrical resistance, but it runs it through formulas to get a voltage level. And so it measures the difference between the center little pin and the surrounding ring. And it compares it to the body voltage of the person because the person's holding a ground probe. So it's pretty cool. And there are other point finders, but the most common ones are not like this. They're monopolar. They're not spring-loaded. So if you push harder, it'll read more because more conductance when you push harder. But this one, if you keep it, the spring resistance makes it so you can't push harder. And if you use the other ones, a monopolar, then you end up finding like 3 to 5 acupoints, whereas this you can really hone down to 1 acupoint. Questions so far about this? Now, the cool thing about this is you can treat in my auricular, I did an auricular intensive, and so if you don't want to treat with needles, you can. I treat with needles in my clinic, but if you don't want to treat with needles, you can just hold this T button and that will provide electricity. And I like to provide electricity for 15 seconds. Let's say a little kid and you don't want to do needles. So provide electricity for 15 seconds. This plus and minus will increase or decrease the power in voltage. So you make sure you apply light tingle. And then after you've done 15 seconds, then you push real hard on this to leave a little tiny dent. And then you could put a tiny gold ear seed on there, and that can stay on there for a day or two, and that's pretty effective. Gold tonifies. Now, in the system of medicine I'm teaching you, we're always looking for deficiencies. Deficiencies of what? Electricity. So when you first get this machine, set it in gold mode, ear mode, and Auger frequencies, if you want to be like me, because then the machine only looks for deficiencies or gold points, and it keeps you more accurate. Questions on this device here. Now there's another attachment. This is the diagnostic probe. There's another attachment that plugs into this device that you could hook it up to needles. The device goes from 0 to 200 volts. It's quite awesome. And the Deficiency is measured on a scale from 0 to 16, and the lower the number that you read, the more deficient the point is. But I just say treat anything below an 8 with this device. If you have the one from Meridia, treat anything below an 8. If you have one from Schwa Medico from Germany, treat anything below a 12. Questions on this? Now we're going to get more into diagnosis because we need to officially diagnose with our human mind and heart before we get to having the point finder find our ear point, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But any questions on this? Jeannie says, body detection, I can't get mine to go into gold mode. So if you bought it from Meridia Tech, there's a whole library of videos and instructions to get it in there. Or you can call them because they have good tech support. So I actually forgot how to switch it into gold mode because I got my devices, I switched it into gold mode. I just pushed a bunch of buttons, got it into gold mode, and then forgot how I did it. Now, if you want to measure, so see this little ear, this is for measuring ear points. If you want to measure body points, you got to switch this ear to a little picture of a body. So hopefully that helps you. And we've just rapidly, so more questions come in the chat section. We've just rapidly gone over 1, 2, and 3 because I told you about gold ear seeds. I told you that about this device measuring. I told you how to set up the device or like what settings you need to set in the device. If you don't have this device, you can use an ear probe for now. And because Ashi points are a deficiency of voltage, and so you can find a point like that. But when you're needling, whether you make a dent with this thing here and you're needling, or whether you use a pressure probe, you're going to want your needle to go in the very, very center of the dent you made. So take your time. And when you do this over and over again, usually you can feel the needle get sucked in to the acupoint because deficiency of voltage, it's starving for voltage. It becomes sticky when you touch it, or it becomes deficient, measurable, or it's starving for electrons, and so it can pull the needle right into it. Then the results are simply amazing.
All right, what did you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts or answer any questions, so feel free to drop a comment below. And remember, I've put together a free downloadable guide with everything we covered today. Just check the link in the description, grab your copy, and start using this powerful information in your practice. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it with colleagues who'd find it useful. And, as always, for more in-depth training and resources, head over to electroacupunctureinstitute.com. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.